friends, today I'm going to show you how you're going to replace these connectors. Okay. I'm going to show you where you can buy these connectors very cheaply. Usually, these connectors end up breaking the top latch, right, to remove them. Sometimes the connector is old, so sometimes it's not even the mechanic's fault, okay? Sometimes the problem is that the connector is really old, it's been subjected to a lot of heat from the engine. So the connectors end up damaging the latch. And there's a way that you can find really cheap to replace these connectors, without having to replace all the wiring, without having to replace anything, just the connector. Just like a connector here, for example, from the map, right? From the Audi A3, you can use this for any other car. There are also coil connectors that you can see, look, for example, this one here is already a little crooked because it's already very old. So, we can replace several connectors on the engine, right, from the electrical part, just like this other connector here. So, there are several connectors that we can replace when replacing, like, for example, the coolant connector here too. So, there are several connectors that we can remove, right, replace them in a very simple way, taking the wires out here in the correct way, which a lot of people do wrong. I'm going to teach you here how to do it the correct way, how to remove these wires and replace only the connector, keeping the original wires, everything original. Okay, guys, so let's go because I'm going to show you now how to do it, where to buy it and where to find the best price. Well, my friends, now I'm going to show you here the little wrench kit that we use, right, so we can open these connectors, remove the wires from here, right, in a way that we don't damage anything here in the connectors, okay? So, let's go. Here are two plugs, right, one male and one female. And how do we remove it? Well, we usually use this little key kit here, which is a very easy to use little key kit. It has several sizes, because there are several sizes, right? So, we use this little kit here with these little keys. For those who don't know, they are very cheap and can be bought on AliExpress itself, so it's very easy for you to buy. It's very cheap. There is also this other little key kit here that you can use. And finally, there is this other little kit, but let's stop beating around the bush. Let's show you right here. So, let's go. Here's the plug, right? Inside here, it has two little holes, one side next to the other. So what kind of key are we going to use? We're going to use this type of key here, which is this one here, which has two little legs. Why? Because we're going to fit it in the little hole, right? Where the two legs are, we fit it in there on the inside. For example, here, look, I've already put it right where it should fit. Inside here, I don't know if you can see it, there are two little holes, one on each side of the pin. When we fit it in, we'll fit it all the way in and you'll hear a click. I heard the click. What's going to happen? It's going to release. Look, this first wire here, it's already released. So, what do? We just pull it back and the wire with the little plug comes out. See? Very simple. Then we remove the key and that's it. And to put it back in, if we want to put it back in another one, right? So, what is the best thing for you to do? You take a picture of the sequence of wire colors, buy another plug like this one and I'll leave you the link where you can buy it. Come and buy it. There are several plug models and you'll simply take it out with these little keys here, right? That's what you'll use to take it out. So here, look, very simple. Did you put it back here? Do you want to put it back in? In general, what do I usually do? I usually use this other little key kit to put it back in. I fit it here inside the rubber band, look, and push. I apply force, right, to push, to lock the wire back in there, look. Ready, fitted. And you'll do this for everyone, right? And for this type here we use this type of key. Now, if we want to release this other connector here, how do we release this other connector? Well, this other connector is different, it's a little more complicated for us to remove, so I'm going to teach you here. You'll need this key here, which is a key that has a little L on the end, as you can see. And what are you going to do to remove it, okay? First you're going to put, you see this part here, look, inside the connector, it's kind of pink. What are you going to do? You're going to fit it here on the side and pull it to the side. Why? Because this is a lock, okay, guys? So, we fit it here, look, on the side and we force it to pull, to be able to release, right, this lock. So, look, I managed to pull it here to the side. As you can see here, there's the pink part, look, which is this part that's inside here. We force it and it's a lever to the outside. And then we pull it, right, then with our hands, look, and this little lock here comes out from inside the connector. Removed here, what do we have there at the bottom, right, on the inside? Sometimes it happens, I've seen it happen a lot, it even happened to me, that this little rubber that's here at the bottom, it gets crooked inside the plug. And when this little rubber here gets crooked, we can't fit the plug straight in, right? Well, it's hard to fit it in. So you can remove this rubber band, and even replace it if you want, okay? It's very simple. And then you can fit it back into the bottom of the plug so that it can be nice and snug. That's why it's important to give it these little keys, because they can fit in there perfectly. And so that we can remove any wires from inside, from this internal part, here, right, of the connector, in this case, so that we can replace it with another connector. This one here is a little different. It also has a little hole on each side, as you can see here, so there are two little holes. Each little plug, right, has a little hole on each side. And then we're going to use this type of key here, look, which is the one you can see here, right? In this case, I'm going to use two. One goes on one side in the hole and the other we're going to use to fit on the other side in the other hole. So, look, I'm going to try to show you here. I know it's very small, it's hard to get it with the camera, exactly. But let's see if you can see it. Look, you see that there are two little holes, look, one on each side. We're going to fit this little key, one on each side, right? We're going to apply force to release the lock inside. After applying force, we're going to come here behind the plug, grab the wire, right? And we're going to pull to release the wire from inside, look, the plug. So, since we fitted the keys there, it already released the wire. The wire is already released here, look. Now we can take the entire connector out of here, look, see? And then we can transplant it to a new plug. So, look, put it here. Right? Let's lock it. I use this little key here that I like to use to lock it. We push it back in there, remove the keys. If we pull it again, it will be very locked inside here, you won't be able to take it out anymore, okay? So, very simple. And, of course, to reassemble it, you need to fit it back in, right, this purple lock, which is here on the side of the plug, as you can see. So, we take it and fit it here, look, push it all the way in. It hasn't reached the end yet. Then I use this little key to be able to apply force and lock it 100%. Locked, everything is fine. So, this one here.
Eu sou cliente Bradesco desde 85, então eu sei exatamente o que todo cliente pensa. É tipo superpoder. Preste atenção.
We use two keys like this one, right? Two separate keys like these. And this other one here, which is the female plug, we use these keys here, which are double keys ready for exactly this, right? So I'll show you here again. I'll leave you the link where you can buy these keys from AliExpress here in the description. I'll also leave you where you can buy this key from Express, including a complete kit that I bought, which I really liked, which comes with this key, these little keys. These ones also come in this kit and it's very cheap. These other little keys are also included in the kit, which is very cheap and helps people a lot when assembling and disassembling plugs and replacing them. I'll also leave a link to some places that sell these plugs for very cheap on AliExpress so you can replace broken plugs in your cars or even a sensor that you need, right? Having a plug that isn't broken so you can remove it. Sometimes you need to do maintenance on something all the time and you need to assemble and disassemble a plug. So here's the correct way. I'll leave you the link to this little key, okay? From a kit that comes with this key, these keys below also come, right? What you can see here. These other keys are also included in the kit, so I'll leave the AliExpress ad for you, okay? And I'm also going to give you a free hand on the subject of connectors that you can buy brand new on AliExpress, at a very good price, with a very good cost-benefit ratio. And the only thing you have to pay attention to when buying the plug, right, is to take a picture of the original one in your car to know which latch is on top. This one, in this case, is broken. I bought it to replace it. I'm going to make a video showing you how to replace it. And you need to count how many wires there are, right? So, in this case, either you count how many wires there are here on the back or you count here, right, how many little plugs there are. So, you need to count the quantity here and also look at the shape, right? The shape has to be exactly the same as the one you're going to use in your car in order to fit. In general, people don't replace this connector, but rather the one with the latch on top that you press, which is the one that usually breaks, okay. So this one here, look, for example, if I push it here, you'll see, look, that this area up here, look, here it has a lock. After we lock it, we pull it forward, look, and then it can lock 100%, lock, and the other is an additional safety lock. So, for example, in this case, this one here is broken. So, what do I have to do? I have to buy a new one and I'll replace it, then make a video for you. So, I hope I've helped you. I hope I've helped both repairers and enthusiasts, as well as mechanics and other people who are interested in making the change. I'll also leave you, in any case, a link to AliExpress for those who want to buy, right, and need, these pliers that I bought this one here on AliExpress, which is used to open wire, okay. It opens automatic wire, so these pliers here are very interesting. They're very good. You put the wire in the middle here, press it and it strips the automatic wire for you, which is really good. One of the other things that I know people are always looking for is this thing I bought. This one here, look, is a set with several original locks, right, in the original style. So, these locks here, look, usually break when you disassemble the car part, something. So, here it is. I bought a set with these locks here. I bought a set with these other locks here too, look, that end up breaking. Actually, it's a single package that comes with several locks, right? It comes with several types, several models of lock. So, there's also this one here. There's this other one here too, which is another type of lock that usually breaks all the time, and if anyone needs it, I'll leave the link for you. There's this set of keys here, look, that's exactly what you need to remove the car stereo, okay. So there's another little key, but it's made of metal, and there are all these other keys here, look, that are used to disassemble and assemble the car stereo, okay. So, they're widely used, highly recommended for that too. In addition, I also have some other locks here that I also acquired, because it's always important. For example, these here are another type of lock, which actually has a correct way to remove these locks without breaking them, okay. Many people remove these locks incorrectly and end up breaking these locks here. I'm going to show you the tool that also comes in this little kit. There's this other lock here too, look, which is another model that many people end up breaking when removing it, and there's a correct way to remove them. And finally, there's just one more, right, another style of lock here that also ends up getting damaged when removing it. Sometimes it's very old, very ancient or not, but these ones here also end up breaking. So I'm going to show you what comes in this kit, which is this key here, which is the correct key for you to be able to remove it. Let me clear the space here a little so that it's easier for you to understand. So here, look, as you can see, there's this space in the middle of the lock. And this key here is the correct key for you to remove a lock like this. So, when it's locked, what are you going to do? You're going to fit it here on the side, right? And you're going to pull it up, so look how simple it is. And if you want to remove the lock completely, you pull it straight here, look. So, this is the correct way for you to pull, to remove a lock. So I'm going to leave it locked, look, it's locked all the way down here. If I put it on this protrusion, on the side here, just the tip here, look, and I push it up, it will unlock automatically, look. It will jump and unlock right away. After it's unlocked, we hook it in the middle, right? And then we actually pull the entire latch out, okay? So this is a little kit I bought that helps me a lot. It's also a very complete kit. It comes not only with all these things, but it also comes with a set of spatulas that are useful for disassembly. These plastic spatulas of various sizes, of various models, for disassembling the inside of the car. They are Teflon spatulas, which are made of Teflon, right, kind of plastic, precisely so as not to mark the paint, to not mark the finish, to not damage it and not leave marks, right, from disassembly. If you try to use a screwdriver, you'll break it or mark some part of your car. And then, in this complete kit here that I bought, it comes with all this too. It comes with So, this whole kit here is really cool and it has a very good cost benefit. Very, very cheap, right? I was surprised by the price. All of this came here, all of this came in the kit. Inside this kit came all of these extra locks here, right, in this kit. So, all of these locks here came in this kit. There are practically almost 200 locks that came in this kit. So, all of these locks here came included. It also came, right, in addition to all of these extra locks for us. A very complete kit and it costs less than $150. Believe it, if you want. And for those who work in the repair or installation of accessories business, this here is an essential kit that you need to have, okay? So, I hope I helped you.